Hello everyone. This is going to be my first video blog about my experiences in Korea. And I'll try to maybe do this once a week. There's been a lot that's happened in the past week. And I'll get to that at some point, but what I want to talk about now is the housing that I've been given. Now I'll try to show you my apartment using my MacBook. It's kind of unwieldy, but I'll do my best. So I've got a room in the kitchen, and this room is also where I enter. As you can see there, I've got a bed there, and there's my entrance door. Got a nice window here. So going this way is to the kitchen, and here is my bathroom, which by the way is the only place with a working light. And here is my kitchen. Notice no working lights, as in it doesn't even have light bulbs. So another thing to note here, the rice cooker, the microwave, the refrigerator, where is it? The refrigerator, the chair, the table, all this stuff, like all the bed, all the furniture, that was not here when I first got here. Epic is supposed to give you a fully furnished apartment, or at least give you whatever the last inhabitant left. But due to the situation that I had, the last guest teacher was married, so he got to choose his own apartment. And so when he left and they picked me up, there was no apartment. So as a result, they had to throw this together, which had nothing, and pretty much still has nothing. And we had to go to some broken down, deserted elementary school and pick up some stuff from there. So a lot of these things are old and run down, not cleaned. I'm pretty sure the bed has mold on it, possibly some bed bugs. I don't think this place is even capable of internet, which is, I'm pretty sure, in the contract. They should be able to provide that. Obviously, they didn't provide a TV, which is part of the contract. But I opted not to take the TV from the place where all this junk came from anyway. So I've got quite an interesting situation here, accommodation-wise. And on top of that, I got middle school for my teaching assignment. And I really didn't want middle school. I would have taken elementary happily. I was shooting for high school, but I got middle school. And to top it off, it's an all-boys middle school. And I don't know what you know about middle school boys, but it's pretty much the worst job that you could have gotten. And I got it. On top of possibly the worst accommodations that our Epic teachers are getting. So that's pretty crappy too. But some positive things about Youngwell here. I'll probably show you if I get a camera phone sooner or later. The mountains here are great, better than when I was at Western going to college. The mountains here definitely blow those away. The Youngwell school is actually the largest school in this rural area here, but the classes are still like maybe 20, 25, 30 max, as opposed to like 40, like most of the other guest teachers were. Or it's like Epic was training us to teach classes that big. But it turns out my classes are going to be fairly small. And unlike other teachers, I have only one school to go to. Since it's the biggest school in the rural area, they're just going to keep me there, which is pretty nice. it's pretty difficult to move around the mountains here. I went like a 40 to go get on this refrigerator and all this stuff. It was like 40 minutes around mountain curves and not very walkable or travelable otherwise. So that's the situation at the moment. I'm sorry I started off with my impression, which is pretty negative of where I am right now. Like I seriously kind of feel like crying. It's not happy for me, but I think it'll be interesting. I think really thinking about it, I think since I'm half Korean and I have all Korean boys, they'll kind of look at me more like the big brother, or at least that's what my co-teacher was telling me. And actually, I should have mentioned her and the vice principal. I got to meet both of them. My co-teacher is very nice. She is, she's an Ajumma. She's a bit on the older side, but she's also seeming to be quite experienced. And the vice principal reminds me of, like an old director from one of those Korean TV shows, like, what was it? Athena, Goddess of War. Like, my vice principal seems like the guy that was the director in that TV show. You should probably watch it if you don't know what I'm talking about. It's pretty nice. But without further ado, no wait, that's like an intro. So to conclude, I think I've been kind of hosed here. And of course, Yeonwol's about 2.5 hours from Seoul, so like Yumin, Unyoung, all my friends there, family there, difficult to see them. And like Aram is down in Busan, so like that's 6.5 hours away or something. And Ulsan is 7 hours. Hwawangun, terrible. But next time I make a vlog, I will talk about the experience coming over here, and then talk about the experience at Epic, the coordination thing and stuff. Anyway, annyeong.